Hello, this is Lisa Marie Graves with MLJS Legacy, and you're watching Featured Friday, where we feature successful business leaders as they share their knowledge and skills to help you develop and create 360 legacy leadership skills. Today, I gotta tell you, this is my heart right here. I am so grateful. I have with me my daughter, Airman Basic Jericka Graves. She just finished her basic training and tech school, and I'm so proud of her. And she reluctantly agreed to do Featured Friday with me. This is not something that she's comfortable doing, and so I really appreciate you. I don't even want to say agreeing to do this because
being coerced into doing this.
Yeah, I told her that I would do something really, what did I say that I would?
You bribed me.
Yeah, I would bribe her and make it really worth her while. So we haven't decided on what that bribe is yet, but I just really wanted to introduce you guys to her and have her share some of her experience with you, because even at a very young age of 19, she was a leader in her basic training unit, and then she also had some leadership experience as well, and when you went to tech school, and then she's been working at Carswell Air Force Base the last month with her guard unit. So would you tell people what exactly you are in the military? Because I get that question a lot. Would you explain what you enlisted as?
I am in the Air National Guard, which is a Texas-based, it's still part of the Air Force, but it's more government-based. Our governor is mostly in charge of us, but the president can order us if there's a national emergency or if there's a shortage with the active duty Air Force or the reserves.
Yes, and so I was active duty, and my husband was active duty for about 12 years, and then he went in the Air National Guard in Virginia, and that's really where we were exposed to the different branch, which we encouraged encouraged her to join. For me sharing why the encouragement was to help her in just see that there's a bigger picture than what we live in, where we live, and that you have service to a bigger cause, and that's something that I think is challenging for people to understand. So it was really, really exciting for me when I saw her at basic training, and I felt that you had a glimpse of there being something more. Would you agree with that? Maybe not. When you finished basic training, what did you feel that your purpose was in the Air Force? Did you feel that you were just filling another number, that you were just another role, or did you feel like maybe you were actually serving your country?
Well, graduating basic training, it was more of a relief. You're kind of in a high-stress situation. It's not like it was when Mother and Father went through, but...
How do you know?
It's not. But it was more of a happy moment, just see my family. And then when you get to tech school, it's more of this is where you start learning a little bit about what you're doing. And then when you get to your guard base, you kind of see where your puzzle fits into the big picture.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. A lot of times I remember when I had people, even that had been in a while, really trying to understand what their position was and how it had an impact on the greater Air Force, because you're just doing your job, but if you didn't do your job, then it would have an impact on the overall mission, which, like I said, I mean, it's kind of like, what? I'm just doing my job. Okay, so you graduated basic training as an honor grad. Would you please tell them what that entailed?
That means that you are the top 10% of your graduating week. You get a 90 or above on your final EOC, and you have to have a 90
end of course
test, and you have to have a 90 or above on your PT test, your physical training.
What was your PT score?
A 99.5.
Oh, so close.
I know.
Well, it was really exciting when we found out that she was going to be an honor graduate, because neither Michael nor I were honor grads, and so Jer's the first, and that's exciting. So tell them what your career field is in the Air Force.
I am a personnelist. It is like a customer service, human resources type job. We are mostly in the office. We create orders for people to come to work, and we work on in-processing, out-processing, people who are leaving for TDYs, and just keeping track of paperwork, because if their paperwork gets messed up in our area, then it's just going to be messed up for the rest of their career, and that's a really big issue.
Yes, yes. And
she was a personnelist.
Yes, I was.
Where I got it.
I was so excited when I found out that she was going into personnel, and we didn't get a talk when she was in basic training, but a couple of times. I had to wait 4 weeks before I heard from her the very first time, and I'm just like, oh, Jericka, and I was so excited. But after she went through basic, and as she said, she went to, did you tell me you went to Mississippi for your tech school?
Keesler? No, I had not.
Keesler?
It's in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Biloxi, Mississippi. So she had a little more flexibility there and freedom to call her mama. And it was so fun to talk personnel, Air Force personnel. So I see Amanda is on. Amanda was stationed with me in Tyndall, Panama City. And so, hey, Amanda, she was personnel too. Personnel. Okay, let's see. Oh, thumbs up. There it is. Okay, so let me see, what else did I want to ask? What would you think, what would you say about your experience going through basic training and the tech school versus going straight to college? What do you think? How do you feel about the experience that you had?
I feel that it's been positive. I think it's actually going to help me in the long run, because taking 1 year off, most people do that anyway. And I use my year to really push myself and put me in a better position for whenever I'm further on in my career and further on after graduating, and just putting myself in a good position for future jobs as well.
Yeah, and we say that she took a year off, but not really, because she was working pretty much a full-time job. She took classes at our community college here, a semester of classes. She would have taken a second semester, but she went to basic training and wasn't able to finish the semester. So, hey, Miss Evie Perry, she was my teacher in high school. Love you. Way back. Okay, so anything else you want to share about your experience? Maybe some of the friends that you made, and because again, what I thought was really cool about being in the military is that you meet people from all over the country, from different states, but also from other countries. And one of your best friends was from
California.
Didn't she get her citizenship?
Yes.
And from what country?
She's Chinese. She's from Taiwan.
Yes. And so when she joined the Air Force, she actually went through a program and went through an application process to get her citizenship, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm making sure that I understood that correctly. And so you would have never met, somebody like her if you hadn't gone into the Air Force. And man, where were some of the other places that you met people from?
Well, you meet people all the time. It's like a really big family, and I never really understood that. My parents had always told me, but I never understood it until I got there, because I would walk into a situation here in Weatherford and I would be kind of uncomfortable and not know people. But if you walk into a room in the Air Force, people will say hi and they'll come up to you and you meet a new friend, and then you end up going to like dinner with them, or you can just go hang out and play pool. And it's just a really big community where everyone starts caring about each other.
Yeah, that was definitely something that was different when we moved here. And this is not a large military community where we live, but and I remember thinking, oh, it's going to be no big deal because we've moved around multiple times in our lives. But it was different because there was they just didn't speak the same language, and it was just different.
Had trouble with that.
Yeah, so it warms my heart really to have her understand what I had felt for so many years, and it definitely is a unique experience, and so I'm excited that she now gets to share in that experience. And Sierra, when you watch this, you get to experience that too. That's our younger daughter, my younger daughter, her younger sister. So it's just exciting. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Do you guys have any questions? I see we got a couple of people that jumped on. Rita! Rita's on.
Hi, Rita.
Hi, Rita. We love you. We can't wait for you to come to Dallas and say hello to us. But,
yes,
okay, she said to keep it short.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think of any other questions. So, do you have any advice to anybody that might be considering joining, or because there's probably a lot of parents on there, what you might recommend maybe for their kids to understand about considering it as an option?
Okay. For parents, I would say just let your kids look into it. Push them towards something, but let them look into it. And anyone that does go in, just go in with an open mind, because I went in with a lot of
preconceived
what I thought was going to happen, and it did not happen. It was a really great experience, and I enjoyed all of it, even the yelling and the
there's some yelling in the military.
A lot of yelling. But just go in with an open mind. It's always a great experience, and there's so many great benefits that people don't tell you about anymore.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, Karen, thanks for joining, but we're finishing up, so you have to watch the replay. All right. Well, thanks again for watching, and thank you, Jericka. It's really my heart, and it's an honor that I get to interview you as one of the successful business leaders at your age. I mean, you're a role model. You're setting the example, and we were at lunch when she had graduated, and her grandmother, Vicki, had said something, and
oh no, not the story.
She was kind of poking at Jericka about doing something so simple, like changing. She wasn't supposed to change out of her uniform, and Vicki's like, well, nobody will know, right? Haven't we heard that before? You could do something and nobody will know. Well, in the Air Force, what are the 3 core values?
Integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all you do.
Yes. And so integrity, doing what you know is right, even when nobody is looking. And so when Vicki had said, well, you can change into civilian clothes, nobody would know. What was your response?
No, I can't, Grandma.
That was not what your response was.
I don't remember. This is her story.
2 words.
Oh, integrity first.
Grandma. I guess it was 3 words. Integrity first, Grandma. So that just warmed my heart.
I'm sure it did.
It did. Okay, well, again, thanks so much for watching. Love seeing some of the folks coming on, and hope that you enjoy the replay. We want to hear your comments. If you have any questions about the military, the Guard, we'll respond. And of course, I'm always available via phone call. So I end this with, if you would like to be featured on Featured Friday, please contact me through my Facebook at MLJS Legacy. My email is lisa@MLJSLegacy. And you have knowledge and skills that others can learn from and grow and develop their 360 legacy leadership skills. So have a great weekend, and thanks again for watching. Bye.
Bye.